need to go in.
Just take photos and then we go in. Oh. Oh, he pooped. He pooped. He pooped. He just pooped. Okay. Zeus. Yes.
No, what's
It's
a
a
owl?
milky.
No, I mean
It
like
eats hedgehogs.
It's not like you on.
Hello. Where is he?
Maybe.
Give a little bit of an introduction to what it is we have here and what we believe makes the Scottish Owls Edinburgh so very special. So what we have is currently the largest collection of owls on view to the public anywhere in the world. We have nearly 160 owls in the centre here at the moment. Those range in size from the third smallest owl in the world, tiny little ferruginous pygmy owl, only stands at about 2.5 inches tall, weighs about 60 to 70 grams, never gets any bigger than the size of a small garden bird like a sparrow or similar, all the way up to the largest type of owl in the world, the huge eastern Siberian eagle owl. Our female at the centre here stands at over 2.5 feet tall, her chest is about 26 inches, she weighs upwards of 3 kilograms, her wingspan is nearly 7 foot, and her longest talon is probably longer than a lion's claw. A very formidable big bird of prey there, definitely not one we'd want to get on the wrong side of. And we have pretty much every size of owl in between, from various different countries, different continents, different climates, and different habitat types. But hopefully if you haven't had a chance to have a look around the centre on your visit so far, you might have noticed that most of the owls that we have here are in their aviaries in pairs. And that's because one of the main aims of the centre here is to have a successful breeding programme. The idea being that if the owls are happy and comfortable and breeding in the aviaries here, we can then swap using owls bred in settings like this to supplement the wild numbers. But we'd have to wild before we did that. There would be absolutely no point in us releasing a lot of young owls out into a habitat.
Oh, I felt his
already
wings.
representing
Wind.
the wild population there. But even if it wasn't possible to do that, it does mean that we can at least keep the species alive on the planet, albeit in captivity, until that does become a possibility. But of the 30 or so owls that aren't part of that breeding programme, that's now 100 to stroker. Now we have a very strict no touching policy at the 100,000 centre here. As I said at the beginning, we have oils in our skin that are exceptionally damaging to their feathers, but also they don't do anything similar to each other in the wild. It's not a sensation that they enjoy. The mythology surrounding it, the area that it comes from, any legends going on there. So knowing that this owl is found in the Chaco region of Argentina, and the Chaco region was named by the Inca tribe, we thought that an Inca-related name would be a good way to go for this young girl. So we've had a wee look into that and found that the Inca tribe believed in a number of gods and goddesses, and one of those is the moon goddess Kia, or Quilla. So we thought, since this is an nocturnal species, one that would benefit from the moonlight to help her in her hunting endeavours, that would be a perfect name for her. So hopefully young Quilla here will be with us for many years to come. Now I'm going to make a nice tasty chicken leg. Yes, there we go, Quilla. And she does like to show how she eats her chicken leg. So a bit of an owl sword swallowing act there, all down in one go.
Looks like the fatty. And he's eating his.
I'm just going to take him over to the middle and then it'll be safe for you to go. There we go, you'll be fine now, thanks. Okay, so this second owl ambassador that we brought out here made a little bit of a dramatic entrance. This is Tony. Tony is a 9-year-old tawny owl, one of the 5 species of owl that we have resident here in the UK, actually our most common UK owl species, also found in the northern part of Ireland. But it is one that actually gave us quite a cause for concern fairly recently. Back in 2005, the British Trust for Ornithology, which is a charity set up to monitor Indian activity here in the UK, did a survey of these, the checkpoint survey. And that was where people could be assigned a hectare of land to monitor for tawny owl activity. And myself and some of the other keepers at the centre here took part in that survey. And that involved us going out into the middle of the countryside in the middle of winter. So if Tony here was out hunting for his supper and he happened to see a mouse that was maybe a little bit slower than the rest, a little bit more sluggish, he wouldn't realise it because that mouse is sick from poisoning. He would think it was just an easy catch. He would take that, eat it, and he would then become poisoned himself. Over time, that poison would affect him to the point that his organs could fail and he would die prematurely. If he was to take that poison prey back to the nest site and feed it to owlets there, they wouldn't have the constitution to withstand that and would almost certainly not reach adulthood. So what can we do to help the owls out? Well, first of all, we could stop cutting down their habitat and leave them in their own natural environment. So if you
Tony, can I take a picture of you? Looks like a cute man.
Upwards of 1,000 rodents in a year. If you had a partner and owlets back at the nest site, that would be several thousand rodents it would take. So you definitely wouldn't have a problem with rodents then. So hopefully you agree that it's a fantastic owl and it would be a shame to see their numbers decline just because of how we feel about those
Tony, you are like me. Lazy to go far, but I love to go near.
He has kind of ground to a halt a bit. He knows that at the end of his display, just like Quilla before him, he gets an extra special treat. But Tony goes back for his treat a little bit differently. Where Quilla flew back for the glove for hers, Tony goes home through a little door at the end of the arena here. These owls like to live in the hollows of ancient trees. And we've been created all along behind this little door. And Tony knows that behind this in a 13-year period was very worrying. That did indicate that there was a big problem going on for this species. But when they started to analyse the second part of the survey, the calling survey, they discovered that actually we had the same amount of owls. What had changed was where the owls were living. Tawny owls like to live in dense mixed woodland. We're very good at cutting the woodlands down. We cut them down to make way for housing developments, for roads and railways, for industrial units and retail parks. We cut them down for furniture, to make furniture, like the benches you're sitting on today.
Oh, it's that guy.
It's the Yeah, the guy.
is a 17-year-old Eurasian or European eagle owl, the largest species of owl on the planet. Now, those that have listened carefully at the beginning heard me say the largest owl on the planet is the eastern Siberian eagle owl. What is it then? It's really just a little bit of a play on words. The eastern Siberian eagle owl is one that is a subspecies of this owl. It has grown larger and stronger, paler in coloration, to enable it to adapt to that harsh climate that it finds itself in. But this is the largest of the true species, and although one that we see quite often in bird of prey demonstrations and in falconry centres and zoos throughout the UK and the fuels that we use to power our cars. That acidity in the atmosphere mixed with the moisture there and fell onto the land as an acidic rain. That rain started to burn away the vegetation in the land. So the trees and shrubs and the forestry started to die back, the flowers started to die back, and all the animals that were relying on them to survive, their species would now be extinct. But it would be nice to think that we wouldn't need to do that again, that we had learned from our mistakes. Unfortunately, humans aren't very good at learning from our mistakes. Only about 5 or so years ago, there was a tiny little owl called a Pernambuco pygmy owl. Tiny little creature, very similar to our food, but it sliced through the skin at the back of the neck, sever the spinal cord, paralysing the prey instantly. He would then use that hard, sharp upper mandible on the beak there to tear chunks of flesh off until he had a nice full tummy. These are all things that always wait to the end of the display though, and Zeus has already been out and flown over everybody's heads before we tell that he's not likely to try and take any members of the audience for dinner. We are going to finish up his part in the display with an extra snack for him, just as the others got. But a chicken leg or a mouse isn't going to cut it for the largest species in the world. He's going to want something a bit more substantial. And this is where Zeus lately has been a little bit naughty with me. Some days he thinks I'll return it. I might steal his snack and run away with it. So he tries to snatch it off me and fly off somewhere else before I can get it. On other days, he feels that it's just too important to fly back to the bluff. He has staff to look after him. He feels the staff should come and pick him up off the perch, put him directly into the open and give him a chauffeur service home. So we'll see which one he's going to go for today. So Zeus, would you like this whole day old chicken? What do you think? Are you feeling important today? So this is actually normal behaviour though. So we're saying about their hunting technique there. They want to conserve energy as much as possible. So he's looking at that food there going, well, am I going to get enough energy back by flying from that as I'll get, from eating it? So he's waiting to see if the prey comes just that a little bit closer. He also knows that he's got the humans well trained, and that if he holds out long enough, the human will just bend to his will. What do you think? Is it close enough now? No? Okay, we'll bring it a little bit closer still. What do you think? What about here? You could fall on it from there. No, it's a chauffeur service home kind of day. He is very important and he does deserve it. He's worked very hard for us this year. So there you go, have your snack, show everybody your table manners. Or lack of table manners. Yeah, there we go. I've told you not to do it with your beak full, that's rude. Stop it. Okay, so that does bring us to the end of this afternoon's first flying display. We do have a
Where? Oh my god.
Behind there.
Oh, I see it. That's a chunky. Where is this one? Ah, I found it. Hello. Okay, let's go.
Singing to other. Okay, you like to sing.
It's like it's too cold to sing now. Yeah, hardcover, shiny.